Good day, sir. In this video, I will answer the questions from the activity What are your learnings on the Volunteer Act of 2007 and how are you going to volunteer even if there's a pandemic? So first, I will discuss what are my learnings on the Volunteer Act of 2007. Republic Act number 9418, or also known as Volunteer Act of 2007. So why it is 2007? It is because this Volunteer Act was signed and approved by the former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on April 10, 2007. In the previous lesson, you asked us on what comes in our mind when we hear volunteer or volunteerism. And I learned that volunteer or volunteerism is initiative deep-rooted in our values. It can also be in community, barangay, or in elections. It is like have a bayanihan spirit, all for one for all. They give us a chance to help others or their community. Not also in labor, but also in emotional relief and spiritual support. You also add that volunteerism is a will or source of freedom and choice. When you like to help, it is your choice. You have the basis of helping. You want to serve, so you need to make a decision. If you serve, it is a matter of choice. The goals and objectives of Republic Act number 9418 is not just locally, but we have partnership internationally, even corporations and government. In volunteerism, it is mutual meaningful and beneficial to the public interest as well as themselves. There is a volunteer service organization. The primary purpose of voluntary sectors is to create a social impact rather than profit. The role and modalities of volunteerism in the private sector, we have volunteerism in academia. The example of it is like us, a student. It gives us a chance to expose in other activities not only for academia. That's why the program NSTP is another way to expose in other activities. The example of these activities are community outreach program, community services, environmental campaign, feeding program, and etc. Something that we are engaged in other people. So that's the volunteerism academe. Next is volunteerism in the corporate sector. It is a social responsibilities in being a citizenship. They include activities that are not limited to the employees that giving materials to the specific causes only. The main example of this is LED fundraising in corporates. They also have one-time outreach activities, tree planting, and environmental campaign. Another example is in SM. SM sometimes get a student to give scholarship, but not mandate by the government because they do it voluntarily. The role of the government. As we all know that the Philippine governments, they give paramount importance to people that is participating. They make it prime movers of the development. For example, now in pandemic, the contact tracers, they are retracing the steps of coronavirus case in order to help them and the people. They interact with the place wherein they're quarantined. This way, actually suggested by the Department of Health and DLGs to implement the rules. In the last question, how are you going to volunteer even if there's a pandemic? My way is to join in local organization like in our barangay. Through this organization, I will help by sorting food, packing and distributing boxes, and delivering food to other adults in our barangay who cannot safely leave their home. We all know that volunteering in the time of pandemic is more complicated than in normal circumstances. But remember what the unholy said, that the heart of a volunteer is not measured in size, but by the depth of the commitment to make a difference in the lives of others. That's all. Thank you.